it seems to be black and white, and it seems to be there's audio, but you can't really make out what's on the television or what people are saying on the television. However, the patient watching it seems to be enthralled.
Okay.
How big is the couch?
Big enough for a couple more people.
Oh, I want to lay on it.
It's an awful couch, though. It's not like leather, say. It's that sort of really irritating coarse fabric, that type of couch. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah.
The kind of couch that your stoner friend has in his basement because he doesn't bother to get a new couch. He just found it at the side of the road for free.
Or Jason, sorry.
Jason. You
I
know,
have no
crappy,
idea what you're talking
coarse, old couch, almost sort of tweed, almost.
You're describing. I just want to lay down on it.
Yeah, there's room for you to lay down and not disturb the other patient.
Sure.
You put your head in his lap.
Hey, babe.
The back
the
of your
crackers,
head.
crackers,
Jesus
man.
Christ, guys.
On the north wall, there are windows and light is streaming in, but you can't really make out what's on the other side of those windows. There's also a door on the northern wall.
What did it say? Staff
Nothing.
only?
It's
No,
unmarked.
nothing. Oh, let's go. I want to go through the door.
Okay. I'm kind of seeing what people are doing. Like, I'm just like, hey, guys, you guys want to get out of here? I'm not supposed to be here. I gotta get back, man. I totally had sex last night, and I want to do it again tonight.
You didn't have sex last night, by the way.
But they don't know that, and I'm the kind of person who wants them to think.
Yeah.
The GM walks over and says he didn't actually have sex, guys. And then walks away.
You
don't
don't
know the
know.
one-
You guys
the one
don't know
that's like-
out of context that he totally struck out completely.
A
But he
tear
was like,
forms
it's
in the
okay,
fabric
I'm
of
a cool
reality. It opens up, and I stick my head, and I'm like, he didn't
No,
actually
no.
have sex.
The one that just walks over. The one walks over and he's like, "You didn't have sex last night. Let's be honest."
You didn't pause, have sex.
Hey, speaking of the warden, he's gone.
Oh, great.
All right,
Back the way we came from. Is the door closed?
Let's
Yeah,
pull a
it's
Che
closed.
Guevara.
all right. I'm gonna try to make sure that pocket knife of mine, that butter knife, is a little better hidden. Or I say, hey, when do you guys want to?
Was it a knife or was it a fork?
It's butter knife.
It was a butter knife, he specified.
Mhm.
Great.
So, but yeah. So, all right. I'm gonna go like poke the guy watching TV. Like, hey, what are you in here for, man?
He doesn't respond. It feels weird when you touch him.
What feels weird about it?
Mike North, let's go back to you. While these guys are in the common room.
Okay, we're
Yo,
super-
yo, yo. I hope you can't hear the fucking light shit
I can't
exploding
hear
out my
anything.
window.
We can't, if that helps at all.
Okay. Well, people on the stream might be
It's
able
interesting.
to.
It almost looks like a TC work staircase.
Oh.
What?
What?
Because the O, it's kind of like cut off for me for some reason.
Yeah,
So it looks like
it's
TC work.
That's weird. I don't know why that
Tour.
would be that.
Gooer.
Oh, it's because of the zoom that you're at. That's why.
Oh.
It's formatted for like a slightly zoomed out, so you can see the whole thing at once.
I see. The blind man said.
So like an 80% zoomed out, and you'll be crystal clear. Anyway, you are feigning unconsciousness on a gurney being wheeled by a doctor-looking fellow down a hallway, Mr. Mike North. You are passing other doors to presumably other padded cells. Are you going to attempt to do anything as you will travel down this hall?
Is he pushing me? Like, is he pulling the gun or is he pushing the gun? Like, is he behind me or is he in front of me?
He's pushing. You
Okay.
push gurneys.
And
You
then
don't
I'm
ever
not going to
pull.
do anything.
All right, then. You exit the hallway into a slightly larger hallway. And along the wall, there is a door marked staff only.
Is this the one? Which one are we looking at? Yeah.
In the hallway.
So, what, like this
at the
one?
east. Wait for that ping. Yep, that one.
Okay. Yep.
He abandons behind the gurney to walk in front briefly
Mm-hmm.
to unlock that door and prop it open.
Does he have anything on his belt on the back of him?
He's got a lab coat type doctor's coat, so you can't see
Okay,
his
cool. Yep.
the back belt type area. The door is propped open. He moves back to behind the gurney and pushes you through the staff-only door. As you pass through the door, you feel kind of weird. And you continue down the hallway, and you see an elevator.
Okay.
He closes the staff-only door behind you,
Okay.
and summons the elevator. Ding!
So you're gonna say like summons the devil, summons the undead.
Yeah, we're just gonna skip to the end. He summons the devil, and then the devil starts to eat your toes.
I don't like them anyway. They're terrible toes.
I didn't even like those toes anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, yep. So we get on the elevator.
He gets you on the elevator,
Mhm.
and this is an older elevator. In fact, it has like a lever thing instead of buttons and such. The type that might be manned by like an attendant,
Mm-hmm.
but
Like the type in those Pokemon games. Fire Red and Leaf Green, you know, they had the lever, and it was like, hey,
Kyla.
what floor do you want to be at?
Kyla.
And
Yeah.
you're like, 5th floor, and they were like, all
or
right.
more like any movie you've ever seen about the past with like the 1930s or 50s or something.
Okay.
Anyway,
Dinosaurs.
not those because they don't have elevators. He gets you on the elevator, and there isn't an attendant there, so he simply operates it the way an attendant would. And you see that there are settings for 4 floors,
Mm-hmm.
and he selects the lowest one.
Okay.
And you begin to descend in the elevator.
Okay.
Doop-a-doop-doo.
Is he standing? Okay. Is he standing? Is he looking at me? What's going on here?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it's a small elevator. There's nowhere else to look.
Okay. Okay. The moment I get any sort of time where someone's not looking at me, you tell me.
All right. I can do that.
By the way, I think these guys are like almost omnipotent, so out of character. It's just-
Doesn't matter how omnipotent are if someone cuts your throat or
So,
sticks a knife in your spine.
I mean, similarly, you could also just make a roll if you wanted to try and create an opening, or
No, I'm gonna need time. So.
I'm gonna make my own opening. Why
That's
is
weird.
that funny to me?
I don't know why
because
that's
it
funny.
sounds like a sex joke.
It does.
I'm gonna make my own opening.
I was thinking of my normal character name, Gouge Fist.
Rip Fist Turtle Paw.
Yep.
Oopsies. Anyway, having some problems with one of the Roll20 features.
Okay.
But I'm going to slowly not. All right, there we go. The elevator opens into a. You were hearing a clock before, by the way. You ceased to hear a clock, and in the distance, you start to hear the sounds of
Machinery.
machinery
Mm.
of some kind. I really wish Roll20 had multiple ambient machinery tracks, but you may notice this from Magic World because they only have one.
That's fine. I can use my imagination as an adult.
Great!
can't.
Suspension of disbelief achieved.
Wonderful.
He begins to roll you out of the elevator. You feel strange as you pass through the threshold of the elevator. He's wheeling you down a tiled floor towards a set of double doors, much like the kitchen previously described, push-open doors.
Mm-hmm.
And he is pushing you towards those doors. You do nothing.
I do nothing.
I'm going to say that you also notice that there is... You can't really make it out. There's definitely stuff behind the elevator in this space. And there are 3 doors in front of the elevator. He's pushing you towards the one towards in the south, the left, one might say.
Okay, so what? Like this one?
Yellow. Yellow.
Yep.
And you do nothing, so you're going to make it through those doors. Which means I have to get this goddamn feature to work again. Hold on a second. Boom. Okay, he pushes you through the double doors, and you see what appears to be a clinic of some kind, which makes sense.
You're old.
Older.
Okay.
Not super old, but not modern, current generation. I mean, they could just be a underfunded facility. There's certainly nothing exceedingly archaic here that you can see yet. But you can definitely tell that the various beds are older. You see gurneys and curtains that are older. The sort of layout of the jars and vials is older, and certainly not. I mean, that they're in the same space as with the patients, so that's either careless or they simply don't have the space to be more professional about it.
Okay.
There's some stains on the floor, but nothing excessively worrying, I would say. But I guess they either don't or can't clean up as well here as elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
He essentially wheels your gurney into a space that is towards the back, and then disappears. I don't know if I revealed this very particularly well. Doop, doop. Let me try again. There's some doors down here that read surgery.
All right.
He passes through those doors, but he leaves you in the medical area.
Can I hear him on the other side of the door?
The doors close behind him, and no, you can't.
All right. I'm going to roll up my sleeve, and I'm going to start sucking out whatever he injected into my arm as best I can.
Make a roll. First of all, I'm going to let you know that, you're desperate, but you're also a medical professional. You would be aware that actually doesn't work in the real world if you're bitten by a snake or something. That sort of thing doesn't have any effect.
Well, the idea is that I cut off the blood flow,
Yeah.
and that I keep it in relative.
So you can
vicinity.
certainly, you do, besides the attempt at sucking it out, whatever it is, you do some general agitation, you are able to get more black, icky stuff out of your thing, but
Okay.
it's starting to close up, especially since you left it, and it is just the size of a needle. But you're able to work some of it out. I don't know if you would necessarily feel comfortable at this juncture removing the tourniquet. If I was you, I wouldn't know.
So yeah,
you don't really. With a 3, you aren't aware how well you've cleaned out the wound.
As long as I don't feel drowsy, I guess that's
You don't feel drowsy.
okay.
You've just felt weird a
Yeah.
couple times along the journey for no apparent reason.
So, is there any sort of files or whatnot in this room?
No.
No documentation, nothing on the walls, no posters, anything like that.
There are clipboards that are meant to be rested at the bed of patients.
Okay, I want to take a look at the clipboard, and I want to try and see what type of information they are supposed to have on the clipboard.
There are slots for patient name, age, weight, height, vitals, those sorts of things. Those are what prior to electronic stuff, and even still in most hospitals, this is the standard layout for a doctor to come in, pick it up, look at the thing, and immediately know some basics on the chart, including condition and presentation and all that sort of stuff.
I assume there's nothing on the one that I'm on.
All of them are blank.
Okay. Is there anything in the room in terms of surgical gear?
Here and there are a scalpel or a syringe. It's not a well-kept place, but since you can see from here that those doors he passed through are marked surgery, you can presume that the bulk of equipment is probably there.
All right. What about blood pressure clasps and stuff like that?
Yeah, they have an older one.
Like one with like a little, like a.
Yeah, it's wall mounted, and it's sort of, because it's older, it's sort of over the top. It's got a big, pumpy type thing, and it's not like those compact ones. It doesn't have any of the. In the newer ones, you can just sort of attach and
Yeah,
detach.
it's just like a Velcro thing.
Yeah,
all right. In
this
that
is all
case,
one thing.
whatever. Is there any sort of like adrenaline or anything like that in here whatsoever?
There are certainly vials all over the place, and as I said, you can easily find a syringe.
I'm not looking to take anything. I just kind of want to know what type of gear they have.
The vials seem to be unmarked.
Okay, I want to. Are they like corked? Like, what are we dealing with here?
They've got one of those tops that you can stick a syringe in.
So it's like a bottle with like a clear jelly on top, and you just stick a syringe in.
Yeah, it's the exact. Yeah.
All right. Can I
For
take
the
the lid off
last
that
generation.
and take a smell?
It smells weird.
Okay, so it doesn't have any sort of.
Doesn't smell like alcohol. It doesn't smell. I mean, all medicines sort of smell different.
Yeah.
So I mean, it doesn't necessarily strike you as not medicine smelling. It just isn't. I mean, it's
Okay, so does
You're
it
not
smell
Dr. House,
like?
you can't just
No,
know
I
from
get
the
that, but
smell.
does it smell like something that isn't medicine? Like, does it
It's
smell like
hard to
hard
say.
on the nostrils, sort of thing? Like, how you smell like a whiskey or something, and it's like, ooh.
No, he doesn't.
I mean, even some medicines would smell like that. So unfortunately, I can't really tell you that.
All right, fine. In that
doesn't smell like
case,
that, so.
I want to go up to the surgery door. Does it have a window on it?
There is a two-way mirror, but it's not on the surgery door.
Okay. So which way does the door swing?
Inward?
So towards me.
No, inward towards surgery.
Okay. All right then.
Or they might be swinging doors that go both ways. You just saw them swing inward because he went inward.
Sure. All right. Well, I guess I want something more permanent than a piece of string to keep as a permanent tourniquet. So anything that
You
you
want to
can,
look for a real tourniquet?
if at all possible. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, you
what
can
the
make a
older
search
stuff.
roll for anything and anything you want to find in this stuff.
All right. Let's do a search roll for a tourniquet.
A
Bears.
Tommy gun and 8 drums of ammo. Oh, dang.
You find a tourniquet.
All right. Is it like in a pile of tourniquets? Can I get 2?
No, actually, it's just in a cabinet. There aren't other tourniquets there. There's other random crap. So,
Alright.
again, a general feeling of disheveled, unorganized.
I'm going to replace the one that I currently have on my arm, but I'm going to put it on first before taking the one off.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to pocket the string. So I can.
You're a
use
medical
it.
professional, so I'm going to make you acutely aware of this.
Sure.
There is a time limit for how long you can keep a limb tourniquet before untourniqueting it can kill you.
That's fine.
Through.
I assume it's only been like 10 minutes, not even that.
Since you first did it, because you did it waiting for them, you didn't know when they were coming back. So I'm going
Well,
to say.
okay, let's take a look at my arm. Is it black? Is it just like. What are we dealing with here?
Well, there's sort of a dried, scabby black stuff around where it was injected.
Alright, I'll take that off, obviously.
There's all right. You clean that off, and you can sort of see that your veins are still a little discolored below the tourniquet.
Mm-hmm.
Your hand in general is starting to look very pale and white, but that's natural for a tourniquet.
Alright, I know what I'm going to do then. I'm going to find a syringe and draw some blood from the same spot, if at all possible.
You can find a syringe. It's not clean.
Alright.
But it's not clean in the same way that the previous one was not clean, so how much more damage can you do?
Exactly. Let's draw
Die
that
of
blood then.
lockjaw tetanus.
Roll to draw that blood.
3. Fail.
Not necessarily. You are able to draw blood, and it is a mix of black and red. Towards the end of what the space in the syringe, you notice that it's starting to be mostly red.
Okay, I'm satisfied with that then, and I'll squirt it out into a sink or something like that. Wash it
Yeah,
down.
there's a sink.
I'll take off the
You
needle.
turn it on and the water doesn't come.
All right. Well, then I'll take the needle off, and I'll push that down the sinkhole as well, off the
Okay.
syringe, and then I will get back on the gurney, and then I'll just wait.
Okay. Let's rejoin our other group.
Oh boy.
All right.
Had some show time.
I was about to fall asleep over here.
Oh, you poor baby.
I
He's
know.
Babby's first sleep.
All right. I want to take a look at the couch real quick from the back of the couch. It's pretty old and raggedy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's seen some wear and tear. It's certainly an older style, and it's
Yeah.
not fresh beyond. But I wouldn't say it's even quite as bad as the couch you might find in a stoner's basement.
Okay.
Probably because it's not being as harshly used.
All right. In that case, I'm going to want to stash my knife, butter knife thing. Just hey, don't laugh. So, all right, on the back of the couch, right by the back right leg, I'm guessing, I'm gonna pop off the plastic thingy and slip the knife in there, and then kind of try to push it back up.
Now, as your GM, why is it better to have it in the couch than hidden on your person?
Because I'm kind of worried all my shit's gonna get taken away from me, and I want to have an ace in the hole.
Okay, okay, then it's gonna be hidden in the couch just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't need to.
Now that you mention it, GM.
Yeah, too late.
Now that you mention it, this doesn't make any sense at all. I'm just kidding.
No, I mean, I
understand. No, you've given me a rational explanation.
Yeah.
If you are removed of all of your stuff and put in one of these patient outfits, you will have, as opposed to just the belt that you've hidden on your person, you will have a place where you know that there is a thing that now that you have defended the rationale to me, I no longer think it's completely senseless like I might have done before.
He just really hates the couch. He wants to stab it a few times.
Also, I'm
he
gonna take the
just
laces.
stabs
I'm
the
gonna take
couch.
the laces off my shoes too.
Well, Warden's not here. You can do whatever you want, presumably.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull the
A
laces out of my
food
shoe, and I'm gonna
fight.
braid the two laces into one, and I'm gonna just tie them around my ankle or something.
Now, when
underneath
you
the
say
sock.
braid them into one, do you mean making one thicker length of rope or one
kinda just-
double long length of?
It would be a thicker one. I'm thinking. I'm not doing anything crazy here. I don't want to have to tie off two. I just want to just do a quick twist. So worst case scenario, they'll be stronger if I have to garrot someone. Because my guy's already getting twitchy and caffeine, and he's like, make weapons, get out.
You're not feeling the effects of caffeine or the effects of withdrawal.
anti-caffeine.
You're not feeling the effects of withdrawal.
Okay.
So you're
Alright,
so
then he's
you're
still
not
gonna
being
be
affected by
wrapping-
any chemical
Okay.
reactions that you are presently aware of.
Okay. Then he's still gonna be wrapping. He's gonna tie.
That's fine.
the
No, that's
shoelace
fine.
around his
Just
ankle.
letting you know that you shouldn't be playing someone who's tweaking out,
Okay.
because you do not feel those
So
effects.
then just terror.
Anybody else do anything?
Yeah, I would like to go over to the door that we didn't come through and try it.
Sure thing, buddy. The door opens.
Smoking section.
Kind of.
Oh.
In that it's on fire.
Beyond the door, you see it's a courtyard. It has a fountain in the center, and various bushes and benches and a path to walk around. It's basically a place to get some outside time. It's worth noting that there are gray, high stone walls everywhere, and you can't really tell what the weather's like outside. It just seems bright when you look up. Maybe cloudy and gray, but you can't really tell. And the foliage here is it's not doing particularly well. Most of it seems like it's fall. It sort of seems like it's fall. In that it's not dried and dead for a very long time, but it's not green and healthy.
Okay, I'll wander outside then.
You see some other patients who seem to enjoy outside, one on a bench muttering
follow-
to himself.
I'm gonna follow him outside.
Another patient who incessantly circles the fountain along the path that circles it.
If those guys leave, I'm gonna get up off of my laying down position, which
the
I
guys
thoroughly
left.
enjoyed, and I'm gonna follow them.
Are there any other doors?
Yes, there are.
Start the party.
So you all go into the courtyard. Across the courtyard, you see, in the northwest corner, you see a building rising up instead of just a high stone wall. It seems to be 2 stories, and it just seems to be a building. It seems a brick building. To the east, if it is the east, you see
And Juliet is the sun.
in front of the stone wall, you see what appears to be a shed, perhaps to store the materials one would need to look after this courtyard. And just next to the door you exited from is another door that presumably leads back into the main building, which from the outside you can see is 3 stories tall. And has a very sort of Xavier's School for Gifted Children look. Sort of, it's mansion/building type.
You trying to
style.
say we gifted?
Yeah, you're gifted.
Wasn't a good presence.
But right next to the door you exited from is another door. It says staff only.
I try it.
Oh boy.
It's locked.
What about that tool shed?
You said it's locked?
Also says staff only on it.
Locked?
And the building to the northwest also says staff only on it. Are we picking up that the red doors say staff only?
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, I haven't brought this up since what was it? Since
But I love you. Oh, wait, what?
since Demon Hunt. But we should seriously invest in a shovel.
I would just be happy to get that tool shed open. I'm pretty sure they got some wonderful objects
Shovels.
we can use to get
And we could
ourselves out of here.
Dig a hole. Holes are really useful.
I'm gonna look at that. Look at that. Look at that lock. What's that lock on the door look like? Big old padlock? Is it like regular fucking generic lock? Is it like just one of those twisty
Which
knob
door are you
things?
talking about?
The opening
door to
is
the
about
shed.
Door to the shed.
butter knife.
Door to the shed is locked with a padlock. It's wood double doors, and each double door has a little pressed metal loop, and the padlock goes through those 2 loops, and then it makes it locked.
I
Are the
turned the
hinges on
key
the
that's in
inside
the
or the
padlock.
outside?
It's really easy to break doors and then lock them together with the hard to break metal.
Inside, from the inside. Well, you do understand that the padlock itself is it's almost always being used to secure something that's weaker than itself, right? Like in the real world, even as well. You
Yeah.
use
Yeah, I
padlocks to
suppose.
lock your garden fence. You know that the fence is weaker than the padlock. It's more of a deterrent than an actual safety mechanism.
Okay.
So you're trying to say we should smash through the fence?
All right.
saying-
I motion the 2 guys.
I think
over.
that's what he's saying. Okay.
I motion the 2 guys over. He's like, "All right, guys, I want to get the fuck out of here. I don't want to be here. We got to get out."
Yeah, I agree.
So
That's true.
I'm thinking our best bet is to try to see if we can get this shed open. But
we don't even know why we're here, though.
But to do that, we're gonna need a distraction. So
Are you? Warden's not here.
Well, no, but if I start a riot, they won't pay attention to us.
No one's
I
paying
don't
attention
think
to you
these
anyway.
guys are going
I don't
to
know. I don't know. I say, but maybe we should. Why don't we try stirring the pot a little bit?
Whoopsies.
Just
Sorry.
see what these people say. They seem like there's something not right here. There's definitely something wrong with this place. I don't want to be here.
I don't know
There's at
about
least
you,
2
man, but I haven't heard them
outside
say
for it.
anything.
All right, that's okay. We can tell. We'll try.
I
to tell
don't
them shit.
know if they talk or not.
Also,
Either.
I don't tell. Did they see me? Did you guys see me? I mean, shoot. I don't know how to ask this in context. I don't
then
want to
just
tell.
ask
I don't
out
want
of context,
Yeah,
no.
out of context.
In context.
Did you guys see me put the knife in the couch?
You rolled a
they
2,
did.
man.
They did. Okay. All right. Then
Everyone
guys,
and their dog saw you do that. Even I saw you do that. I wasn't in the room. So.
Yeah, everyone and their grandma
there was
was
like a TV screen that popped up on your wall. It's like, all right, guys. I'm I'm gonna start stashing forks and knives from the shop, from the kitchen, just because I don't like this, and I don't want to get taken into a back room and lobotomized or whatnot. I recommend you do the same. And let's get the fuck out of here. I'm with you guys. If you get the fuck out of here. Deal? We got a pact? We got a deal?